It was a dream of mine to come here as a wrestler. It was a dream of mine to come back as an assistant coach, and now an absolute dream to be the next head coach. Having Illinois across my chest, for some reason, I took so much pride in it. And I just had this big love for the state of Illinois. I was recruited by a lot of people, but it would have been nearly impossible to pull me away from Illinois just because my heart was so set on it.
He won a couple state titles and then came to the University of Illinois, so his name was always in this state. If you look at other really successful programs, for example, Ohio State, Penn State, those head coaches didn't wrestle for their program. Mike Poeta not only wrestled for the University of Illinois, he grew up in Illinois. He's a hometown hero.
I was a 3-time All-American in Illinois, 2-time national finalist, 2-time Big Ten champion.
Oh boy, that was quick. Oh man, that was so quick.
I think I was exciting, and I tried to do that on purpose. If there were 2 ways to take the guy down, and one, all the fans, their jaw was gonna drop, or one, they were gonna yawn, I was going with the one where their jaw was gonna drop. I finished competing in 2012 and started a club in Lake Forest, and it just took off.
Mike provided one of the best clubs in the country. As soon as he opened the club, I'm like, I gotta go.
I disliked coaching the real little kids. I hated it. It was babysitting. It was torture. That part was torture. And there was this void of the highest level of wrestling with me. When Jim Heffernan called me in 2017, I jumped at it. I wanted to be in college. My whole thing was, I'm going to be the best assistant coach in the country. Nobody is going to assist better than me.
In March of last year, Coach Heffernan called us into the Huff Hall wrestling room where he told us he was going to retire. So I called our athletic director and was really pushing for Coach Poeta to be the guy. And I listed off, all the guys that are here because of him.
It's a big day for our program. It's an opportunity for us to take another step forward. With that, I give you your new head wrestling coach.
You guys have no idea how blessed and how lucky I feel right now and honored. There's no place I would coach other than Illinois. Hopefully the AD doesn't hear that and then I never get any more money, but I only want the University of Illinois to be good at wrestling. I was in the NCAA finals in 2008 and 2009 and definitely had a chance to win both matches and just came up a little short.
And he got 2 to wrap it up.
Second year in a row, Mike Poeta, second.
My son said this to me. He said, "Dad, do you know what comes after 0? I gave him some kind of answer and he goes, "No, the amount of NCAA championships you have. 0 NCAA championships."
I think that's what motivates him. He wants his guys to do better than what he did, and he can use that to help our guys to accomplish their goals.
Him never getting it has pushed him so much more than anything could have ever, any outside force could have pushed him.
Our goal and my goal is to win the Big Tens and to win the NCAAs. And I'm looking at a group of guys that will do that. I was at high school tournaments and I was seeing Penn State shirts, Iowa shirts, Michigan shirts in Illinois. And I was going, man, the pride has to be everybody's wearing an Illinois wrestling shirt, and it's devastating to them if they don't have the opportunity to wrestle for us. Lock though, lock right away.
In 2005, Mike Poeta was a part of the last Illinois wrestling team to win a Big Ten title. So Mike actually hung up that banner in the wrestling room. So we see it and we're like, we want to be that team.
And just be mean. That's where Isaiah was really good. What goes on right here is the difference maker. When I wrestled, I had so many fears going out there. The old school mentality from a lot of people was just like, don't be nervous, don't worry. Like, what does don't worry mean? In 2009, before I wrestled Jordan Burroughs in the NCAA finals, I'm bouncing around, I'm going, God, I just wish the power went out. God, I just wish it went out. Give me 30 more minutes, maybe I'll feel perfect then. We meditate probably 2-3 times a week before practice. And these are things that if I had and did in 2008 and 2009, I think I'm holding the NCAA trophy.
With Mike becoming the coach, there's a lot of guys that are starting to believe in and starting to click, and you can see it and hear it and feel it in the wrestling room.
I started looking around and I said, okay, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. And I'm seeing the amount of guys who are willing to make the sacrifice and do anything to win it now. I think in the past, Illinois hasn't had enough of those guys. Every day that you don't do what's right and what's best for you for that, your potential gets lower. Everybody now has to be more in like a gladiator mindset. We can be Big Ten champions. I think we can be NCAA champions. I do not think this is a stretch. And I am going to do everything possible to try to make that happen.
1, 2, 3.